हेलो फ्रेंड्स एंड वेलकम टू टेले बाइट्स. बिग बॉस में एविक्शन हो गया है एंड इट्स रादर अ शॉकिंग एविक्शन बिकॉज जो कंटेस्टेंट एविक्ट हुए हैं उन्हें हम शायद फाइनलिस्ट कंसिडर करे थे. गौरव चोपड़ा, ही इज़ कम आउट ऑफ द बिग बॉस हाउस अनएक्सपेक्टेडली. सो गौरव, आपकी जो एग्जिट रही है वो घर वालों के लिए भी एक शॉक था एंड वो थोड़ा सा इमोशनल मोमेंट भी था. सो व्हाट वुड यू से अबाउट दैट?
I'm completely overwhelmed by it myself. Not because I wasn't mentally prepared for the eviction. Whenever that you're nominated, you've got to get into that mindset of you can go. This is my 8th or 9th, possibly 10th reality show that I've been a part of. And reality shows tell you surprises hote hain, things happen, twists and turns hote hain. So that way I was prepared that anything can happen. But they didn't do it on the weekend episode. They didn't do it with Salman, and you kind of assumed it's gotten pushed on to the next weekend. And then after that we were having like a normal day, and then suddenly called me, and then there was that bench, and then I sat with Bani, and then they suddenly showed the montages, and I don't know whether you guys saw it or not because I haven't seen the episode myself, but very, very shockingly there was this big emotional farewell speech given by Bigg Boss himself. Now that doesn't happen because normally he, in that voice says get out to people. Main dwar se aap chale jaएं is what he says. So it wasn't expected. It overwhelmed me. It was done with a lot of respect and a lot of love, a lot of emotion. There was a lot of emotion in his voice, of course, the moment between Bani and me, and I couldn't get to meet anyone else. It was just surprising, and I heard Rohan run out, and then there was an announcement for him saying don't come into the room, so I knew he had run out of the house. So I knew it had created a moment outside, but then I walked out in the moment, and then the eviction episode came last night, which I didn't see, but after which there was just pandemonium. There was just a tsunami of public reaction. I was completely inundated by those messages saying we want you back and this is unfair and unexpected and we're sending a petition to Bigg Boss. Somebody was saying I'm not going to watch the show. I'm told I was trending on Twitter as number 1 yesterday, the whole of last night, which is again, what do you say as an actor except you look into the camera and say thank you for the love. So if you ask me honestly, and I've said so much, just to say that I really don't have any other reaction apart from the fact that when you walk out into this sea of support and warmth, I mean, do I complain about what's happened or do I appreciate what these people are saying? I would rather choose to appreciate this. Whatever happens there is, their discretion, and if they feel they want to do something about it or call me back in this way or that way, that's up to them as well. So I'm contracted with them till the end of the show. But I would rather choose to focus on this beautiful support that I'm feeling because, hey, that's what we didn't know when we were inside. That's the thing we worried about. What we were worried about, that, do they understand what we're saying? Do they support us? Do they not support us? So when you come out into this massive support moment, I'm choosing to be with this. So thank you to you and thank you to everyone.
इस घर में जो बाहर हमने देखा, आपकी बॉन्डिंग सबसे ज़्यादा बानी के साथ थी. सो व्हाट वुड यू से अबाउट योर्स एंड बानीज बॉन्ड?
It was real. Whatever that people might want to think or question, very real. Two different people, different ways of expressing their emotions and different ways of interacting. But the bond that they made was real. We fought, we squabbled. We had differences of opinion, but I make very, very few friends even outside in my life, but once I make somebody a friend, or once I consider somebody a friend, or once I have a sense of attachment, warmth towards the person, affection, then I get very protective, I get responsible. It's an instinct that I have. It's also a man thing towards a lady. It comes automatically. I want to protect her a little bit. I want to keep her shielded from unnecessary problems. So, I did that to the best of my capacity, even if it meant that on some trivial, silly thing, she was angry and I would go up to her and say, chalo yaar, chodo maan jao, chalo, I'm sorry, chalo, whatever. Even if it meant that in full public view and thousands of people, millions of people watching, that I was just making her feel better about things. I thought it was the way to be. That's how a friend should be. She had her cute ways as well. So she would make little things for me and surprise me with meetha parantha and share her food with me, which is she does not share her food with anyone. So the what I'm basically trying to tell you is this, that I don't want to justify it too much to people. I know that there were questions, but whatever that you saw in terms of relationship between me and her, me and Rahul, me and Rohan, me and Karan earlier on, real. I think these bonds, these relationships are going to last even outside.
गौरव, घर में ना आपका पेशेंस हमने बहुत रेयरली देखा दैट यू लॉस्ट योर पेशेंस एंड देयर वर ओनली टू पीपल हु टेस्टेड योर पेशेंस, प्रियंका जग्गा एंड स्वामी ओम. व्हाट वुड यू से अबाउट दीज टू पीपल?
Well, thank you for noticing that, because do we have any debate about who the two worst people in the house were, right? So now if these two people got me aggravated at times, well, then you got to understand that they deserved it. My point was also this. Outside as a person, this is who I am. I don't get into things that I think belittle me. I don't get into things that I think that are unnecessary. A lot of things only need this much. One person says something, the other person says something, and that's the end of it. When a third person comes in and he raises his voice, it actually multiplies, the issue multiplies for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 days sometimes, because people are joining into an issue that is a petty, small 5-minute topic. And so I sometimes feel like it doesn't deserve. I'm definitely not somebody who wants to say something but doesn't say it. I'm not at all that guy. I don't want to say something, that is why I'm not saying it. It's not a strategy, it's not protection, it's living by your standards and your ethics. And I don't want to belittle my standards or drop them down, or for the sake of being shown on the show, or to be a part of a moment, or be a part of an argument just to show what my side is or my stand is. Or I don't want to live up to anyone's expectations when I think he shouldn't have any expectations from me. So to sum it up in short, when I felt it was worthy of me being there, saying something, when I saw Swami Om completely, denying the laws that Bigg Boss is making, uprooting the flowers in that task, I don't think for a second. I run across, hold him like that till the task is done, right? But when I see him rambling on with people unnecessarily the whole day, I don't necessarily go fight with him then. So it's your momentary discretion of what you want to be a part of and what you don't want to be a part of. And that's that, simply said.
एंड ये सीज़न का मोटिव एक था कि जो कॉमनर्स और सेलेब्स हैं उनके बीच का जो गैप है वो ब्रिज हो जाए, बट यहाँ पे वो अलग ही था कुछ. लाइक सेलेब्स वर मोर बेटर एंड लाइक सोफिस्टिकेटेड देन दी आम जनता. सो डू यू थिंक दैट जो कॉन्सेप्ट था बिग बॉस का उसे वो सक्सेसफुल बना पाए हैं या नहीं?
I don't want to comment upon what they wanted to do, because I don't even know what they did, what they embarked upon. I'm just going to ask you one simple question. You make two teams. Okay, let me start off with something else. Right now, everybody in the house wants to be an actor. I'm talking about the commoners, right? A Swami Om sits with me and asks me as guidance, आप मेरे योग गुरु हैं और आप इस घर में सबसे समझदार हैं, तो आप मुझे बताइए कि जब मैं बिना स्क्रिप्ट के इतनी अच्छी एक्टिंग कर सकता हूँ तो मैं स्क्रिप्ट के साथ कितनी अच्छी करूँगा. So even he has some aspirations to become an actor. I don't know why. He wants to make a film outside, apparently 100 crore film. Manu, Nitibha, everyone wants to be an actor. Manveer. And they want to be actors. And we're already actors. We're in the same fraternity then. Why are we even fighting? In fact, I'm like on that path 10 steps down where you want to be at some point of time. So I'm actually who you will become if you're successful. Why are you fighting with me, or why are you even competing with me? So at that level, this is a slightly silly fight. But you make two teams. The show is in India. The show is a voting platform show. The voting is done by Indians. And one team is called India Wale. How will they lose? How does India Wale lose in India? Tell me that. So that just answers everything that you might have in your mind.
So do you think that this India वाले ये जीतेंगे and all, is that the reason that Swami Om is still there in the house?
I don't know what will happen because, like I said, my experience of working in so many shows and reality shows per se, not just in India, abroad as well. I've just come back from Dancing with the Stars in July. I was the first Indian ever to go for the international. Yeah, so even there, reality shows have a concept of twists and turns and surprises. That's how it works. Whatever is predictable doesn't happen mostly. So I don't know what they want to do, and I don't want to comment upon that. And you know what? I shouldn't comment upon that. I'm just employed to be a part of the show till the time they want me to be a part of the show. There's no contract that only the right will happen or only the right thing will be said. It's a show. It's made for entertainment. Sometimes the entertainment is to make you laugh. Sometimes the entertainment is to make you cry. Sometimes the entertainment is to shock you. So they will do whatever they need to make it interesting, right? If last night people were trending, if I was trending on Twitter as the number one trending topic, it started with 10, then went up to 8, and then 6, and then 1. Well, that's what they want, right? The show gets an upswing. Everyone's talking about the episode. Gaurav nikal gaya. हम expect नहीं कर रहे थे. We want him back. I hate the show. I'm not going to watch it. But every time they tweet, they endorse the show, right? So that's what they want. That's how it works. So I don't want to comment at all about what will happen in the show. I'm just giving you my logic. When I entered the first day, I had no idea that they were teams or they were names. And they said, आप मालिक हैं, आप सेवक हैं. There was no task for that. There was just a segregation. And then they said, ये इंडिया वाले हैं. And I just looked at the rest of my team then and said, good luck. अब इंडिया वालों को हराओ तुम इंडिया में रहकर. Because as if हम लोग श्रीलंका से आए हैं. But just given tags like that. So what do you do?
लास्टली आई वुड लाइक टू नो कि आप घर में रह चुके हैं, आपने इनके साथ ऑलमोस्ट 2 महीने का वक्त बिताया है, तो आपके हिसाब से कौन जीतेगा बिग बॉस सीजन 10 का ताज?
विदाउट रिपीटिंग द होल बोरिंग पार्ट अगेन ऑफ, मैं असेस नहीं करना चाहता. मैं आपको अपनी विश लिस्ट बता देता हूँ जस्ट टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन. आई रियली कांट से क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, बट मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि जो लोग बाकी बचे हैं उसमें से बानी और रोहन टॉप पोजीशन में हो. उसमें से भी अगर आप मुझसे पूछेंगी तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि बानी जीत जाएँ. बट वो दोनों मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद हैं, तो मेरा बॉन्ड भी है उनके साथ, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि वो उस पोजीशन में हो.
या सो गाइस, दिस वाज द एविक्शन हो गया है एंड गौरव ने अपने विचार बता दिए हैं सीजन के बारे में. यू कमेंट बिलो एंड लेट मी नो व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स रिगार्डिंग दिस. टिल देन सब्सक्राइब टू टेले बाइट्स. नियति तिवारी विद कैमरा पर्सन संजय, टेले बाइट्स मुंबई.